17, Manuel Gana. Number 27, Thomas Wunderwund. And number 3, Peter Schneider. The lineup for Team Switzerland, the goalkeeper number 63, Leonardo Geuli, defenders number 41, Mirko Müller, and number 16, Rafael Diaz, and the forwards, number 15, Gregory Hoffman, number 71, Enzo Corey, and number 22, Nuno Niederreiter.
It is day 2 of the IIHF World Hockey Championship. We're in Royal Arena, Copenhagen, Denmark. Population about 1.3 million. I know it's early back home in North America. Just after noon local time, and both fan bases ready to roll. And I love it, Mike Johnson. On one end of the ice, you have the Austrian fans going nuts. The exact opposite end, the Swiss fans, they're ready to roll. And it's the beauty of this World Championship. The fans, they get into it just as much as the players do.
They do. They add to the atmosphere, the competing chants back and forth, saluting their players. And Austria just up from the Division 1A. They won it in 2017, so they got a berth in this 2018 tournament. And they play one of their rivals to start. A pretty good matchup for Austria to get their first tournament underway against Switzerland.
Bernhard Starkbaum getting the start in net for Austria. His 4th men's world championship. He was the best goalie, Mike, in that D1 tournament in Ukraine last year. Goals against under 1. And the last time Austria here, 2015, and he was a top 3 player on their team as well. And in that rematch of 2015, Austria won that hockey game 4-3, so another chance to go head-to-head as Austria back in the main championship. Switzerland, 6th place finish last year. Their last medal, silver, back in 2013 in Stockholm and Helsinki. That was also their first medal since way back in 1953. As we are underway, day 2. And a few key players to watch on both sides. Mirko Müller, defenseman for Switzerland. Nino Niederreiter, also wearing number 22. He's on the puck, quick shot, and an early stop from Starkbaum. As Nino Niederreiter should stir the drink offensively for this team. He's pinned in the corner early. 5th overall pick of the New York Islanders back in 2010, now playing for the Minnesota Wild. He was the highest Swiss drafted player until Nico Hischier. That shot tipped and nearly in for a second as Diaz let it go from the points. And Bernhard Starkbaum nearly lost it, but covers up for our first stoppage.
That's a good, difficult save for Starkbaum early on in this game as Diaz takes the point shot, but it tips off Schumnick's stick in the high slot. And Starkbaum has to react to the puck switching sides, locate the rebound. Nice stop, keep it scoreless early on.
Not exactly helping your goalie out early.
Oh, at that point, with nobody in front, get your stick out of the way and let the goalie make the save.
Heinrich can't clear. Another turnover to the Swiss. Good pace to the opening minute here. As Usman Sander back, and he'll send it up ice into the neutral zone. That bounces out of play.
Austria trying to get their legs under them, find their rhythm, and one of the other NHLers playing for Switzerland, Sven Andrighetto, whose career has blossomed since being traded to Colorado and had a great year last year. This past season, not quite as strong, but more successful on a team level. Got to play in the playoffs and carrying that playoff experience into the World Championships.
22 points in 50 games this year with Colorado. Vivaros brings it in for Austria. As Lane Vivaros, born in Edmonton, Alberta, his father was drafted by the Oilers. Played 29 games with the North Stars, and his dad was the head coach of the Swift Current Broncos this past year.
So he's got to be a smart player. If you're a coach's son, you've got to be a smart player. No pressure.
Puck bouncing right in front as Rockenwald whacked at it. Couldn't get a good opportunity. Sent across the ice as Mario Altman gets it down low. Zwerger working to the left of Leonardo Giannoni, who gets the start. In net for the Swiss. His 13th game at the World Hockey Championship, and a turnover as Rockenwald picked it off. Our first penalty to come in this hockey game, so Rockenwald, he's off to the box, and we'll see the power play of Switzerland here in the first period. Hooking the call.
Offensive zone hold from Rockenwald. Not a good decision as Frick Skates past him, he reaches with the hand, a little quick with the feet, and the dangerous area where he knocked him over, draws the penalty. Tough to play defense skating right at a player if he's got any kind of moves, any kind of lateral control. He should be able to get by you, put you in a tough spot. Poor decision and angle by Rockenwald.
Roger Bader can only shake his head. Long shot, tipped and misses the mark. Bader, head coach for the first year at the top level for Austria. Best modern day finish for Austria was an 8th place finish back in 1994. Turnover as Hoffman gives it away. Short-handed chance, shot and a nice stop there. Patrick Spanring was in, and Giannoni, what a great stop on that short-handed drive.
Giannoni checking his skate right now during the play. Checking to see if he had both edges were off or something. Doesn't like his right skate as he keeps seeing if he needs to get it worked on in the whistle.
Power play continues ahead of him, up ahead, swung across to Nino Niederreiter, who's trying to set up on the near wall. That's picked off and sent down the ice. So we'll look at Giannoni and see how he responds. His teammates changing ahead of him. Looks to be fine. I love his helmet. I don't know about the Swiss white helmets. That might need to grow on me. But the chance from both sides going early as Moser sends it up ice. 45 seconds to go in this man advantage, but the Swiss unable to get set. That's deflected by
right into his own teammate's face. Komarek right into Lebler's chin almost. Tough clear.
It's better than blocking a shot per se. Quick shot and right on the money, as that was Enzo Corvi. Corvi, the top line center. He's centering a line between Hoffman and Nino Niederreiter.
If you're a forward playing defense in the power play, you have to make good decisions, and passing it right into the stick of Spanring is not one of them. He goes in alone, tries to beat Giannoni top glove, and Giannoni stays tall. He set early, well outside the crease, not caught deep in his net, even though the turnover was sudden and unexpected. To make a key first early save.
Sven Adrigetto in his second World Championship, a third-round pick of the Habs back in 2013, to take this face-off in a crucial draw, and it's controlled by Austria. Unable to clear, and the puck is chipped to the near wall at the blue line, and that's Gregory Hoffman. Shot it in, at least for the time being. It's cleared down the ice, and the Austrians will change.
Someone's got to tell Hoffman Austria is jumping the half wall, so he's going to play the point. Look for the bypass, go right past the pressing defender to the goal line.
Houston Saunders sends it across. That shot, near circle, picked off, and again fired down the ice. That's going to do it for the power play, so not really a lot of great chances.
No, that was poorly executed. Lots of pressure up ice by Austria. So next time, Switzerland should be well aware.
Best chance was actually shorthanded. That drive towards the net, deflected into the corner. Rafael Diaz, the captain, in his 6th World Championship. Great defensive presence always at these international events is Diaz, roaring the sea this year for Switzerland, as Riyad picks it up, drives behind the net. Noah Rod out there as well. Battle continues, won by Noah Rod as he protects the puck, gets it back to the point. Long shot, nice kick stop there from Starkbaum as he kicked it out of harm's way. Battle continues in the corner. Chipped along the boards as Ombres starts to play and gets it into neutral ice territory. Damian Riyad back on it. Riyad head up, slings it back to the point. That shot, another kick stop from Starkbaum, who's been the busier goaltender thus far. Here comes Hunterfunt, the captain for Austria. Tried that drag move to get around his man, but Vermeen stands him up. And here come the Swiss. Moser, shot right on point. That stopped as Simon Moser let it go. Again, Moser behind the net, tried that backhand wraparound. Couldn't get to the net, and look out. Austria coming in numbers. Centering pass flipped, and Dominic Henry couldn't get there in time. It goes over his stick. Pretty good pace in the opening few minutes of this hockey game. Untersander sends it behind the net.
Lots of space in the neutral zone, allowing both teams to kind of skate through uncontested, attacking with speed, which is, as a viewer, we like to see it. Coaches probably won't be too happy, but players like it.
Henrik starting to play up ice. Had 5 points in that D1 tournament win in Kiev, Ukraine last year. Look out, the speed of Nino Niederreiter. Backhand, no problem, drives towards to get that rebound, still has it. Forehand as he whacks away. What an effort from Nino Niederreiter, but unable to get the game's first goal. Little jump in his step early, he continues to work and then takes his man down. Niederreiter back on the puck. He has Hoffman who fans on it. There's a Hoffman in the NHL left-handed shot, pretty good shot, no relation. And Mike Hoffman plays for the Ottawa Senators. Couple pretty good collisions early on in this hockey game.
Well, for teams like Austria, Switzerland, or specifically Austria, you know, one win in a game like this can almost secure their spot in next year's tournament. So every time they get into a game against a team that's not one of the traditional powers, opportunity.
Spannering digs it out, slings it back up to the point. That's broken up. And a few of the Swiss players looking to change. Genasi chips it behind the net. Shoppy takes a bump. He looks to dig that puck out. Noah Rod out there on that line as well. And that's dug out by Mario Altman and chipped on the near wall up the ice. Peter Schneider in his first men's world championship giving chase for Austria. As the Swiss looking to chip and chase. Reto Shoppy gets it behind the net. Chris Baltusberger laid the body. And again, Austria able to move it out of their zone.
I like Austria, though, is that they're not sitting back. They're trying to get up the ice and pressure. They're not saying we're not quite as talented, so let's sit 4 or 5 in the neutral zone and see what happens. They're trying to get up on the forecheck. They're pressuring on the penalty kill. Not passive, which I like to see out of a team that's just back in the Division I tournament.
Dean Kukan started that play up ice for the Swiss. Again, picked off. A near turnover there from Untersander, who's trying to jump up in the play. Driving towards the net was Simon Moser, and he continues to go towards the crease, but there is Bernhard Starkbaum, the busy netminder in a scoreless game here in Copenhagen. Welcome back inside Royal Arena. Face off in the Austrian zone, controlled that shot, and look out as Starkbaum has lost his stick. His stick is behind the net, and the Swiss, what an opportunity here if they can try and get something going offensively, and no one's handed him a stick yet. Play continues, and finally chipped out of the zone, and Starkbaum's gonna go behind his net, grab the stick. I'm sure one of the fans would have hopped over the glass and helped him out. As they have set up right behind the Austrian netminder. Corvi, the top center for Switzerland. He plays pass, accepts that pass back, and drives in. Corvi behind the net, still on his stick. Back up top to the point, and Michael Fora couldn't handle it, and both teams changing.
See, Corvi, though, does generate a lot of speed in the neutral zone, plays with the puck, plays for Davos. And Davos, one of the marquee teams in the Swiss league, and pretty good score there, 17 goals in the season. It's good offensive production in the Swiss league for sure. And so Corvi. And Switzerland has taken it to Austria to start this game. And shots are 8-1 right now for Switzerland. Continuing to press forward and look to break the ice, getting their tournament underway.
Don't forget, too, last year, the Swiss, they're always tough at this tournament. They knocked off Canada 3-2 in overtime. Fabrice Herzog had the game winner. Not on the roster, at least not yet this year. That shot right on the money. Giannoni makes the stop and deflects out of play.
They push you. Switzerland has always been systematically very solid. They defend well. Their goaltenders have generally been NHL caliber. Giannoni getting the nod tonight, who plays in Bern. It's just they've lacked that high-end finisher, that high-end skill that separates them from the top 5-6 hockey-playing countries in the world. But with Nico Hischier, first overall this past year, Nino Niederreiter, it's coming.
There's a guy on the back end named Yossi as that drive to the nets. Nice job from Noah Rod as he was cutting in. Yossi, a great player defensively they'd love to have at this tournament. He's a little busy right now in the National Hockey League with Nashville. That's sent up to Baltusberger. He spins, fires. And good news for Austria, as we mentioned off the top of the broadcast, is Rafael will be coming from the Philadelphia Flyers, should arrive tomorrow.
Look at this passive forecheck from Switzerland. Not even in the offensive zone.
Patrick Fisher, the head coach, third year behind the bench as he replaced Glenn Hamlin a few years ago. Obviously his mark on that system. Big hit there, and taking the brunt of it was Volger. And Draghetto swings it cross ice. Wanted Kukan, who was pinching in. Kukan played with Cleveland in the AHL this year. As Austria changing, and Leonardo Giannoni will settle it down.
Giannoni getting out of the net to play that puck. There are no trapezoids in international play, so goalies can go wherever they want, whenever they want to play it. Not restricted in any way.
I remember Mike Smith in 2015 in Prague. And
field day for him.
He was having a great time playing the puck, and he was a weapon. He could really start to play up ice for Team Canada that year.
Generally speaking, some of the European goalies not as good playing it, so you don't mind when they get out there because chances are they could turn it over.
Who was the best goalie you played with for that?
Oh, playing the puck? That's a good question. I didn't have any great ones. I'll have to think about that one.
All right. Scoreless game here in Copenhagen.
Norway 1, Latvia 0.
Minutes, 45 seconds remaining in this first period. A scoreless game thus far. Face off to the left of Leonardo Giannoni. He won 2 Spengler Cup titles with Davos. Goalie of the year twice in the SNL, which is the Swiss National League.
He's had to make one save. It was on a breakaway. Short-handed.
Short-handed.
Interesting that he gets the nod over Red O'Bara, a guy with more NHL and North American experience.
Konstantin Komarek in to take the draw for Austria, controlled by the Swiss. And sent up ice by Diaz as the battle goes into the corner. Reto Shapi racing in. Rod there trying to help him out. And eventually Austria comes away with the puck. Lebler gets it into neutral ice, and Fabio Hofer spins, fires, that's picked off, and Switzerland will reset as Rod. The backhand pass to Baltusberger. He's streaking in, but Starkbaum, a nice job to move it up ice. Dominic Heinrich starts the play. He drops it off. Shot deflects high, and that was a real good look from Fabio Hofer. signed to play in Switzerland next year in his first men's world championship.
Yeah, good idea. Drive it wide by Heinrich. And no gap for Untersander, so he's got to stand still. Hoffer gets to the middle of the ice, but can't avoid the stick of Untersander. But you see what happens when you're standing still. You got to give up ground, and a lateral cut from Hoffer gets into a very dangerous spot.
Draw controlled by Austria. Back to the point, long shot, and that misses the mark as Vivaros, Edmonton-born player, let that fly. In his first men's world championship, had 4 seasons with Portland in the WHL. Nito Niederreiter goes to work in the corner. Hoffman there to help out. Hoffman to Niederreiter. Hoffman's back on it. Corvi working behind the goal line. Nice move as Corvi picks it up in front. Niederreiter fires. And that's up high right in front of the Austrian fan base.
The right idea by Niederreiter to slide out, try to find a quiet spot away from the net as Corvi once again goes to work with his quickness. A little poke by, open ice, and Niederreiter open. That's a winger in Swearer, who's down there to support on the forward. Dropping down for covering his point, getting a stick on that shot attempt.
Corvi had a goal in 4 games at the Pyeongchang Olympics and representing Switzerland. As the Swiss control, shot off a skate into the corner, picked up, back up to the point as they continue to cycle. A nice job. It's dropped off by Andrighetto. The shot to the left of Starkbaum. Back up to the blue line. That spinning shot by Haas. Hits a skate, but kept it in time by Genazzi. Down low to Sherway. Sherway, head up, goes behind the net. Andrighetto weaving, trying to create something offensively. Sven Andrighetto goes backdoor. That shot off the side of the net. Looked like Starkbaum got a good piece of it and directs it into the corner. The Swiss changing on the fly here. Good pressure. But Austria finally able to clear the zone. Altman.
Too many men. They're going to call on Switzerland.
Altman chipped it, I guess, just in the right place at the right time. Perfectly.
The linesman there, Gleb Lazarov from Russia, right by the bench, and Patrick Fisher will not be happy with that. I don't think there's 5 there, so there you see the change. And Andrighetto's off the ice before it's played. That would generally be okay in the NHL, but internationally, icings, too many men, they do call a tighter standard than in North America. And so now Switzerland goes to the kill.
Now you mentioned the double IIHF play as well. At the under 18s, the recent ones, Canada, USA, they had about 5 calls, too many men in the opening game. So something to watch as Peter Schneider looks to wind things up with his power play for Austria. Schneider, the near circle, works it behind the net, back up to the point. Utuwager running things. Schneider fires, deflected, rebound in front. Obrist was battling for a chance as Giannoni made the stop. Utuwager swings it across. Hunterfund, the captain for Austria, in the far circle. Hunterfund to the point. Shot didn't get through. Broken up by the Swiss, and a nice little backhand down the ice as they'll clear, as Reto Shappy will go off for a change.
Good looking power play from Austria. Working both sides, starting it behind the net, which is something that more and more teams are looking to do.
Sherway out there for the Swiss, looking to pick that off. Intercepted as Frick looked to spin and fire it out. Another opportunity, and the Swiss do get it down the ice. Special teams always a factor in these tournaments, as that's stretch up ice for Kamerick. Ulmer works it behind the net to the far wall. 38 seconds to go in the man advantage. Lebler parks himself in front. Swung back up to the point. Henrique goes back to the far wall. Henrique, head up. Ulmer goes down low. Pass in front, bouncing. Buck was more of a centering pass, and Hoffer nearly bounced one in. 15 seconds to go in the power play. Good pressure. Hoffer's shot didn't get through. as they continue to work it around. Henrique fires through traffic and hugged down by Leonardo Giannoni, who saw it, and then some pushing right after the play, and right in the mix is Brian Lebler. Lebler played for the Penticton Bees in the BCHL.
Development here, the wrister coming in there from Heinrich. If Lebler was able to get a piece of it, that would have been a dangerous opportunity for him. Mirko Mueller clears out Offer. Just a good looking power play though. Switzerland doing just enough to get in the way on the dangerous shots. You're right, that was going to be a pass attempt to the back door as Hoffer open in front.
Rockenwald wins the draw with the power play coming to an end. Shot kicked aside, Giannoni. Austria controls another shot, and that glove has been tested, but it's been sharp. Giannoni, another glove save. Still looking for our first goal in this game. Welcome back inside Royal Arena. Scoreless game between Austria and Switzerland. In the other group in Herning, good start for the host nation. A 2-0 advantage over Latvia. Austria controls off the draw. That shot again, right on point. Lucas Odum in his first men's worlds. Let it go.
So it's been a nice bounce back the second half of this first period by Austria, who were on their heels early, but have progressively gotten better, taking advantage of their power play to generate some chances in zone time and work their way into an even level of this game.
Rockenwald, Zwerger, and Hadum out there for Austria. The Swiss control off the draw. Just over 4 minutes to go in this first period. As Corby was looking to get sent in, he goes after the puck and chips it behind the net for Nino Niederreiter. Wanted Corby. That was picked off. Schlacker intercepted that pass. It swung along to the near wall and out of the zone, back into neutral ice. The Austrians changing behind the play as it's chipped in. Nino Niederreiter, 5th overall pick of the Islanders back in 2010, on the ice, and you have to think could be an offensive spark plug on the Swiss side that will be in tough to get the offense going in this tournament. Nice spinning move there as Switzerland moves it up the ice. Andrighetto in, fires, kick stop, rebound. And that shot didn't get through as Haas was looking to let it fly. It was blocked. Andrighetto looking good in this first period for the Swiss. Big collision there behind the net. Daniel Volger. Tough angle, tried to throw it on net. That didn't get through. Just over 2 minutes to go. Frick gets it in deep. And they're looking to change on the fly, and they will. Hunterfund, some speed. Hunterfund fires, kick stop. As Hunterfund looking for a rebound. Giannoni kicked it aside.
Flexing his leg afterwards as well. I think he stretched out a little bit longer than he wanted to make that save.
Leg problems, skate problems.
Right,
interesting first period. Centering pass in front as they continue to drive. That shot up high didn't get through. 2 great chances. Vermeen. Joel Vermeen nearly opened the scoring.
I think Starkbaum got him there. Bit of the scorpion, kicked that leg up.
Again, they can't clear. Nice shot block. Swinging shot again, and Simon Moser. Good chance in tight.
check out the work of Starkbaum. Sliding across, and it is the Scorpion.
Wow.
He gets it up there to take it away from Vermeen. I love it. Good work. Vermeen all the way across. Desperation time, double kick. Fantastic stuff from Starkbaum. Save of the tournament early on in Copenhagen to keep this one scoreless.
11 stops, that's the best, no doubt. What a great effort. And a chance here for Austria in the final few minutes. As stick is popped away as Kukan was trying to tie up his man, lost his stick. Niederreiter chasing after the puck as he goes after Ulmer. And Rake, turnover right in front. They play past Niederreiter, fires, scores! Nino Niederreiter cashes in, 1-0 Swiss.
Well, the guy they're looking to for offense provides it. First of the tournament for Switzerland. Niederreiter gets them on the board. A terrible turnover here. Dumping right back in front. Unselfish by Corby to kick it back to Niederreiter as he had a great look on his own right here. Passer by nature, little flip pass. Starkbaum bites because he has to, and then Niederreiter wide open net to put it into. No chance for Starkbaum as he is hung out to dry by his defense. Some poor decision and puck movement in their own end. Switzerland capitalizes 1-0.
The Scorpion couldn't save him that time. Nino Niederreiter pulls the trigger. You can't blame Starkbaum. Awful turnover in the final 2 minutes of this first period. As Nino Niederreiter gets the Swiss on the board. He played in 2010 at the Worlds as a 17-year-old. Won silver in 2013. That team that captured silver was perfect right up until that gold medal game. And a great start as Austria, full credit though, they've had a real good period. One bad turnover turning the tide as we're now into the final minute at Royal Arena. Day 2 of the IIHF World Hockey Championship. And the first game for both these nations as it's chipped into the bench, and a little bit of bad blood. There's Rod in the middle of things. Dominic Swerger as well.
Curious what the referees will allow here. Will they take one and settle it down, or just take nobody and let the chippiness continue? There's the turnover, blown tire, and that's a really nice pass from Corby and tight. Not to get overexcited because he had a good opportunity, recognizing the better play was to slide it to Niederreiter. Opens up, full slapper from 18 feet. And he recognizes why he got that goal. Thank you very much, Mr. Corby. Nino Niederreiter on the board.
Nino Niederreiter's 9th goal all-time with the World Hockey Championships. Represented the Swiss quite a bit in his time, World Juniors as well.
He's a very good player, Nino Niederreiter. At the NHL level, a very good player. Didn't have a great year this year, but big, strong, effective in and around the net. He's been a nice pickup for Minnesota.
Mirko Mueller took a bump, but he's the guy who starts this play up ice. Pass in front, shot, whistled wide. Andrighetto was banging his stick, hoping for a return pass as Sherway whistled it high and wide and over the net. As the Swiss fans chanting here inside Royal Arena. Full marks though to the Czech and Slovak fans. They don't play till 8 p.m. local time, and they were already crushing beers before lunch hour local time here. So they're going to win fans of the day for sure. But it's the Swiss winning this period on a goal by Nino Niederreiter. So a 1-0 advantage. Mark Rowe, Dave Reed standing by with your intermission. Welcome back to Copenhagen inside Royal Arena. And Switzerland a 1-0 advantage over Austria. Shots 14-7 in favor of the Swiss in that opening period. And Leonardo Giannoni has been fantastic in the first 20 minutes. Starkbaum has made some impressive saves as well, including the scorpion kick, maybe one of the best saves of the tournament. The one goal from Nino Niederreiter. As we're set to get underway here in the second period. The first meeting between these nations is back in 2015, a game that Austria won 4-3. But a great start for Switzerland, and they start quickly. Wow, that shot was ripped just wide. as Hoffman let it go. Top line out once again. Niederreiter jamming away. Hoffman digs it out. Slings it back up to the point. One-time shot. Misses the mark. As Rafael Diaz, the captain, loaded up, but missed by a few feet. Shot from distance. Bouncing puck in front, and Hoffman able to clear it out of the front of the crease. As Hoffman dishes off, drives to the net. That shot, and Hoffman, little collision there with Starkbaum. He's back up. Corvi goes to work in the corner. Corvi and Niederreiter, longtime friends. Niederreiter sending out a pretty nice tweet saying we hadn't played together in 13 years when they were kids, and 13 years later, playing together in their first World Championship together.
A nice little chemistry on the first goal as well, with Corvi setting up Niederreiter.
Stretch pass to Sherway. Was trying to spring in. That was broken up and back the other way.
Oh no, the wet ice got Hofer there. Puck just stopped on him as he was breaking in.
Fabian Hofer had a step from that near circle, but couldn't let the shot go.
Fresh flood out in the ice. A little bit of water residue left over, and Hofer thinks he's winding down for a potential shot attempt, and puck just slammed on the brakes as it got stuck on the wet part. Unfortunate break for Switzerland.
The first time, Mike, this building was completed last year. There was a few music concerts here. Quick strike off the draw, that's broken up. For the first time, ice has been put in this building. So keep in mind, 3 games today.
We'll see what it's like tonight. Czechs and Slovaks.
And there's a trip on the far wall.
Period 7, 8, and 9 of the day, plus practices this morning, morning skates. This ice will be any ice surface, forget about this ice, any ice surface on a day like that would have a hard time. So we'll see how that plays in the game, because it's something to factor in, as are the bouncy boards we referenced yesterday.
Brilliant segue. I was just going to mention it. And look at that. Riyad had a chance as the Swiss looked to cycle it around. Mirko Mueller was looking for that pass to the blue line, picked off and moved up ice. Zwerger chipped it in. It comes back into the neutral zone. So if you see if Austria can have a little bit of a pushback. Schlacker drops that back off, sent up ice for Hadum over his stick. Nice job though as Hadum, and the Austrians keep it in. Quick shot in tight, and that's swallowed up as Alexander Rockenwald with a good opportunity, and things a little bit testy. You know, they share a border as we take one more look.
Rockenwald, a really good look right here, but he gets caught trying to think about the shot, stops moving his feet and allowing Rod to get back and catch him from behind. And not the chance that he wanted to create. And Rigetto takes a little tumble, looking for a penalty call.
Face off to the right of Giannoni, cleared by the Swiss. So they share about 180 kilometers of border by the Alps, Austria and Swiss. That shot, tough angle rebound as they drive towards the net, jamming away, waved off immediately. Good second effort. Reto Shapi was driving towards the net as Starkbaum kept it out. Another shot. Starkbaum the save.
Starkbaum's been really good in this game, but he has dropped a couple pucks with his glove. And he probably wants to secure to slow things down if he could.
Altman back. And Altman will lose it right in front of the net, so he's going to reset and go behind Starkbaum.
Don't worry about it. Once you get full control, Switzerland backs right off into the neutral zone.
They don't even send one guy deep.
Nope. They time their swing at the blue line.
Battle behind the net. Rockenwald tries to chip it out for Hunterfunt, but it's the Swiss. Coming away as Hoffman was driving towards the front of the net. Nino Niederreiter taken down behind the goal. Corvi spinning away from his man. Little chip pass. Pinching in as they try to drive it. Hoffman, a good job behind the net, but couldn't get it out front.
Corvi has been the table setter in this game, hasn't he? Puck on his stick, training for his line mates. Smaller, shifty centerman on the #1 line, and Austria has had a lot of trouble with Corvi in this game. And here's that previous opportunity, driving hard to the net. Waldesberger there. There's Shapi. That puck, oh, he doubled, hits it. pulls it into the goal and then heels it away from it, as well as he's trying to get his stick extricated from the gear of Starkbaum. Probably wouldn't have counted anyways, as the harpoon job on the pad generally negates a goal, but right on the goal line for Switzerland.
Chapi, 3 SNL titles, back home in the Swiss League. And working on a podium appearance here at the Worlds in Copenhagen, Denmark. As the puck battle continues to the right of Starkbaum. Behind the net, picked up, backhand try in front, scores! Elevated backhand as Gaetan Haas makes it 2-0.
Good finish by Haas as Switzerland breaks down the Austrian defensive zone coverage. Good hard play here by Sherway all the way around, and Haas able to walk it out before Unterweger could get back to cover it, as there was a miscommunication. One too many players covered up top, not available down low, and Haas able to walk it out and beat Starkbaum post side on the backhand. Good release. All important second goal for Switzerland to stretch it out a little bit.
Gaetan Haas, first goal of the tournament in his 3rd straight World Championship for the Swiss. Had a goal in 4 games in Pyeongchang. Played in a couple World Junior Hockey Championships and a pair of under-18s, as a lot of these young men do for their nations, moving up in international play.
It's a busted coverage though, because 2 Austrians chased the Swiss player up the wall, and that allowed Haas just enough time and space to walk out all alone.
Vermeen wins the draw clear, back to the point. Swung across, long shot missed as Kukan started the play from the blue line. Kukan and Uten Sander manning the blue line. Battle continues in that far corner as Ulmer gets pinned. Ulmer tries to swipe at it and get it loose. Eventually, quick shot from a tough angle. Good pressure now from the Swiss. Back up top, Kukan loads up, that hits a player in front.
That was a slow windup by Kukan. He had all kinds of time and space, and he still almost had it blocked.
And then the home run pass up ahead as Brian Lebler was tied up, passes it across. Kamarik towards the net, that missed. Schlacker turns, spins, and fires it behind the net. Brian Lebler played with the Michigan Wolverines in the NCAA as well, so a former Penticton V, a Wolverine. Couple great young players coming out of Penticton. Tyson Jost, Dante Fabro, young man named Johnny Tyconic, who played at the U18s for Canada this year, and home to the BC Hockey Hall of Fame as well. Turnover, wraparound try right through the blue paint. Nice job as Lebler's having a shift. And the fans are getting into it. Swung back up top as Hadoum sends it up, drives towards the net. That shot handled easily by Giannoni. And just bouncing out of the zone as Brian Lebler couldn't keep it in, and he's going to go off for a change after a real nice shift.
Well, as a former Bowling Green graduate, I'm not so sure how I feel about Lebler and his Michigan Wolverine alumnus status.
Nice goal here in the second from the Swiss. They lead 2-0. Just after 1 p.m. local time here in Copenhagen. Brian Mutrick, Mike Johnson with you. A 2-0 advantage for the Swiss. Gaetan Haas making it a 2-0 hockey game with a lovely backhand as he stepped in and roofed it. Nice hustle there from the Swiss as they're able to negate that icing. Reto Shapi tried to hold it in. Continues to work. Noah Rod battling as well, and Austria comes away with it. Rockenwald fired it in, chasing after the puck, but Austria will have to try one more time back in their own zone. And Schlacker has it, fires it up for Hadum. Hadum has his pocket picked. Corby. Niederreiter in front, and that was broken up. Some good speed and a nice play there as Mirko Müller, the NHLer, was driving in. Swiss now controlling the pace offensively. Little drop pass. That shot whistled wide. Gennady racing in to try keep it in, and does. Is Genasi able to advance it? And then he's in a battle near the near wall. Niederreiter drops it off. That shot, nice stop.
Frick basically in alone on that cross and drop. You're seeing Switzerland a little Swedish style with the high rolls with the defenseman, and very effective that first line.
Long stretch pass up ahead, and that'll be icing. So the face-off to come in the Swiss zone in front of Leonardo Ginoni.
Switzerland getting a little bit more comfortable now, playing with the puck, more authority in the offensive zone. And here's the high roll we're talking about. Niederreiter drops to Frick, and it's basically a shooting drill. Get to 20 feet and see if you can find it. And almost an unfortunate error. Altman skate. Starkbomb's been really good in this game. Just needs a little help from the guys around him.
In the other group, over in Herning, Latvia scoring, so Norway now leading 2-1. Denmark, the host nation, with a great
last night.
Here or there?
Denmark winning.
Shootout win over Germany, and they'll take on the United States later on tonight. So a dream start for Freddie Anderson, who was actually from Herning, town about a 4-hour train ride from here. Just take the train west.
Stopped all 5 shootout attempts against. Toronto Maple Leaf fans wondering where that was sometimes during the regular season.
Obviously, he's got some gas left in the tank as Kukan fires across the ice for Moser. Back up top, long shot deflected, goes behind the net.
If you're Danish, you think you got to come over and play. If you play in the NHL, no matter how tired you might be, what's going on in your world, you got to come over for this World Championship. You have to.
And he's from that town. I mean, not just Danish.
Not from the country, but from the hometown as well.
From
yes.
Herning. Turnover. Nice job from the Swiss. Another couple turnovers there, and Brian Lebler, he's having a nice game for Austria. Schoming drives into the corner, trying to dig that puck out. Schumnick continues to battle. And chipped into neutral ice and back into the Austrian zone, and parts of the Swiss wanting to change, and they will. Komarek brings it in for Austria. Komarek lost it, that was stolen. And Shapi giving chase, 1-on-2 as Shapi's tied up with his man behind the net. Rod swinging at it. Rod and Shapi, a nice job on this shift. Baltusberger out there as well. Shapi continues to grind in that corner, eventually high flipping shot into the Swiss zone. Long stretch pass up ahead. Niederreiter, head up, pass across, and it hops over the stick as Corby. Nino Niederreiter looking to answer the favor of being set up man to his childhood friend, and they continue to work this top line. Corby is on it, flipped in front, deflected as Hoffman deflected it, and Starkbaum, the glove stop, no trouble with the glove that time as the Swiss lead 2-0. Welcome back to Royal Arena. And right off the draw, it was controlled by the Swiss, and just 2 guys up front. Corby taking the draw, Niederreiter as well, and then 3 guys back for the Swiss on the offensive zone's face-off. As Hoffman, Corby, Nino Niederreiter having a conversation. It will be Nino to take the draw now. Up against Peter Schneider. And that's controlled by the Swiss. Fired in down low as Corby gives chase. Niederreiter there. Hoffman swings at it in the near circle. Austria chips it along the boards, but not very far. It's fired back in. Through the midway point of this second period, only 2 goals coming from the Swiss as Hoffman and Nino Niederreiter skate in together. Hoffman goes to work in the corner. Fired back in behind the net as Lucas Frick got it in deep. Hoffman, 1-on-2 behind the net. He gets dropped. Corby into the far corner. Tries to get it back to the point. That's intercepted. And just looks like the life coming out of Austria a little bit in the second period. Not the same jump they had in the first 5-10 minutes of this hockey game as Hadum picks up at the far wall. Back to the point. Shot, rebound available. Niederreiter picks it up, and Comley moves it up ice. He goes off for a change. Gaetan Haas, who has that second goal in the game. Head up, pass, back door. Nice idea to Andrighetto. Andrighetto spinning away, drives towards the net. Here's Andrighetto. Waiting, backhand, it's a weak one. Steered aside by Starkbaum. Andrighetto nearly got another chance in the forehand. That was broken up by Austria.
This one's really doing a nice job backtracking, back pressure, not letting Austria skate up out of their own end cleanly.
Another steal, Andrighetto in, fires. That was high by about a foot, looking for that top right corner. And then Andrighetto bumps his man. It's been a little bit feisty in this hockey game. He got a player down.
He just picked up a penalty, maybe more than just a 2. He got a kneeing penalty. Andrighetto trying to say it's a shoulder. Steven Strong. Pretty solid knee-on-knee contact from Andrighetto, who's slowly heading over to the box. Hopefully Strong's okay. And we'll see if Andrighetto gets just a 2-minute or more. As we'll take a look at the replay. Here's the first chance you talked about, well over the net from Andrighetto. Maybe some frustration born in this missed opportunity for the Colorado Avalanche forward. And shortly after, looks to make a hit. That's right on top of the knee with his knee. There's no shoulder whatsoever. You're hearing the crowd react to the replay that was just shown on the big board. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was more than just a 2-minute minor for Sven Andrighetto.
That's head coach Roger Bader looking on. Steven Strong from Mississauga, Ontario, in his first men's world championship. One more look from this angle. You see it again. And the stretcher now coming out to the ice for Steven.
And that's it for Andrighetto, who's out of the game. See the little hyperextension of the knee. When you lead with your knee head on head, even though it's Strong who dives to his left, leaves his right leg trailing, Andrighetto, way too much contact there. 5-minute major. And unfortunately, it's stretcher out as they tend to the right leg of Steven Strong.
Steven played with Belleville, Saginaw in the OHL. He played some CIS hockey with Guelph as well. His father, Ken, was drafted in the 3rd round by the Flyers back in 1981. He was involved in that Leaf deal involving Daryl Sittler as well, his father was. So hopefully Steven Strong is okay. We'll see him back in this tournament with knee-on-knee though, man. Those are tough ones.
Yeah, had that exact same thing happen. Scott Hartnell got me. Same thing, I was trying to get out of the way, left my leg there, and he skated through it. And does not feel good. And hopefully it's just a tweak and they'll feel better when they can evaluate him after the game, and he'll be back at the tournament at some point.
Scotty Hartnell, 1st round draft pick way back in 2000, and he's still bringing it.
One more look at it. Little pop of the hyperextension, knee on knee, 100 all the way. Correct call by the officials, and Austria has to turn the page. Opportunity here, 5-minute power play.
Right off the draw, and nice poke check there as Giannoni was alert to poke it out of harm's way, and the Swiss send it down the ice. So just under 8 minutes to go in this second period. And you hope the best for Strong as his teammates now go to the attack. A hit there as Konstantin Kamirik was upended. Kamirik losing that puck battle, and again the Swiss work it up ice. Vermeen hesitates, waits, and fires it right on the money, and Starkbaum have to stop that. He settles it down and advances the play. Up to Ulmer. Stefan Ulmer brings it into the corner. Brian Lebler trying to help out and dig it free. Lebler's been playing in Europe since 2011. Sherway. Good job to kill off a few more seconds. He'll drive into the corner. Has 1 minute gone in that 5-minute major.
Key when you get a 5-minute major as well, if you're the offensive team, is treat it like 5 1-minute power plays. You can't stay out there too long. Roll the shifts over quickly so you always have fresh legs. You're not wasting away the 5 minutes because you think you have all this extra time.
Fabian Hofer trying to do it himself. That's picked off. He goes off for a change. Fire down the ice one more time. Unterberger behind his own net in his first men's world championship. Unterberger up for Peter Schneider. Sends it to the far wall. Schneider drives the net, was looking for the return pass. Again, that's broken up. Austria able to keep it in for the time being. Battle continues. Uten Sander in that far corner. Can't get it out. It's swung across. Schumnig working the blue line. Gets it down low. Hunter Funt, the captain, head up in that nearest circle. Hunter Funt gets the return pass. Back up to the point. Schumnig. Hunter Funt sent across in front. The slide glove stop as Giannoni. And there's some bad blood. Ganal's in there pushing and shoving with Uten Sander. The Swiss leading 2-0.
It's the goalie self-called it. He just took off to the bench like he thought it was going to be break because it's under 6. And you don't go during the power play. Well, I guess his world.
We're just living in it. Welcome back inside Royal Arena. 5 minutes, 43 seconds to go in this second period, and 2 minutes, 44 seconds remaining in the 5-minute major. As Andrighetto is out of the game. Austria trying to get something going on this power play. Rockenwald in the far corner with Hadun. Back to Rockenwald. Him and Hadun continue to pass it around. Rockenwald. Back up to the point, he turns. Hadun waiting, near circle, down low, the give and go. Hadun, one more time, fires in front, rebound, scores! Off the rebound, Dominic Swarger pulls his nation within 1.
Taking advantage of the 5-minute power play. As Swarger had all kinds of time and space to look to step in front just prior to this goal, but elected to go back. Rockenwald shoots it into the piles And Karam's over to Zwerger. As Hadum eventually puts it to the far side, looking for a rebound, hits it right in the leg of Rockeweld, drops kindly over to Zwerger, and he tucks it home. And of course, because of the 5 minutes, they still have 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining on a power play to try to even it up.
Oh, now the fan base right behind Leonardo Giannoni, who had made 10 stops until he was beaten by Zwerger. Power play goal and a 2-1 hockey game. As the Swiss able to clear the zone, Zwerger, 4 seasons with Spokane and Everett in the WHL. Scored 88 goals in junior in Canada. In his first men's world championship, and he draws Austria within 1. And still some time left on this power play. Dominic Heinrich starts the play up ice. Ulmer drives it in behind the net. Little backhand by the netminder, kept in though at the far wall. Brian Lebler tried to sling it back to the point. Shot is faked and back down low. Worked across. Ulmer went to the far circle, but not a great play from Austria, and it's Heinrich's got to go back, and the Swiss able to change. One minute remaining in that 5-minute major. Quick strike with that pass up top for Zwerger. Back on the ice, long shot stopped, and some contact, and usually they'd whistle that down in double IHF play as Rockenwald was right there in the crease. Never know what you're going to get. Battle continues in the corner. 34 seconds to go in the power play as Rockenwald tries to dig it free. Chip behind the net, Zwerger. Rockenwald. Zwerger has it. Tried to pass it across to the point. That shot blocked nicely in front as Sherway blocked it. It didn't get through, and then they fire it down the ice. 10 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Long stretch pass. Giannoni's going to handle that as he gets it back to Mirko Mueller. As the Swiss, they've killed it off. Play continues on the near wall as Simon Moser knocked off the puck. Under 3 minutes to go in the second period. Here's the top line led by Corby. Brings it into the corner. Ships it to Nino Niederreiter. Niederreiter swung up and a little bit too far. And that was Forak. Couldn't accept that. Way out of his net, Giannoni out to play it. As Giannoni goes for a stroll. Turnover behind the net, centering pass as Hunterfunt sent it into the slot, but nobody there to accept it. Niederreiter, oh, he takes a shot at the near wall. Nino Niederreiter, the hand goes up, penalty to come, and things are getting heated. I think that was Daniel Vogler laying the hit. I didn't expect this type of game.
Close one, intense, chippy now. As Vogler gets Niederreiter from the side, approaching from behind. Niederreiter in a vulnerable spot. He's okay, it was up and at him right away. Again, different standards internationally. Oh, it's awkward, that's probably an okay hit in the NHL, but internationally, no. Vogler will get the 2-minute boarding penalty. And Switzerland will go to the power play. Pushing and shoving afterwards.
And right away, who came in? His childhood buddy, Enzo Corby, skated right away and gave Vogler the business.
I was actually in the elevator with Niederreiter and Corby this morning. I didn't know who Corby was. I didn't look at his name tag, but talking to Nino, and they had smiles on their faces heading over to the rink for the game. And so they got pretty good chemistry together. A decade in the making, but looks like they haven't lost a step from when they're kids.
So 2:10 to go in the second period. Obviously a 2-minute power play. As Austria is pulled within 1, a very tight game. tight with the face-offs, obviously, as well, as Corby gets a talking to. Obrist to take the draw. And the Swiss able to control, back to the point, shot, just missing the mark. Rebound at the side of the net as Gaetan Haas won the draw cleanly to start this pressure for the Swiss. Back up to the point, Genasi swings it across. Work down low, centering pass in front, that shot. And Gaetan Haas looking for goal number 2. Genasi again. Swings it across, working with Corby. Corby to the near circle, and that was broken up. Damian Riat couldn't get a good opportunity. Fired down the ice with 1:30 to go in the second period. Giannoni not shy about coming out of the net. We've seen that for sure. Went to Sonder. Back up to Niederreiter. Swings it across. Riat, fake shot. Gets it to the far wall. In front, Riat. Niederreiter. Riat again. Fakes the shot. As that didn't get through, and that's the captain, Diaz. I apologize. Running the power play. Diaz has it. Back up top. Shot, kick side. Rebound. Oh! Niederreiter. Again, stoned by Starkbaum.
What a save.
Highlight reel, this guy. Another shot from the circle. Didn't get through as Bernard Starkbaum. It's going to be all over SportsCenter. Another shot. That's right in the crest. He swallows that up, and wow, what can you say about Starkbaum? A couple impressive stops in this hockey game.
Check out the paddle getting across and taken away from Niederreiter. Right out of the air. Starkbaum denies Nino Niederreiter his second with his second highlight reel save of the night. That's a big one late in the second period to keep it just a 1-goal game. Starkbaum putting on a show.
Haas wins the draw for the Swiss. 33 seconds to go. Puck is chipped. That'll go into the Austrian bench, so we'll have a stoppage. But they always pick the player of the games after, and my vote is already going to Starkbaum, no doubt.
I feel for Nino Niederreiter. You hate this as an offensive player. Are you kidding me? You put that puck anywhere else. If you fan on it, put on the ice, it's in. If you chip it under the bar, it's in. You do anything but that 6-inch little place, and you got a goal, but Starkbaum reaches back, channeling his Freddie Anderson from the series against the Boston Bruins and swiping it off the line.
He'll be talking to himself for a while, shaking his head on the bench.
He won't be happy with the intermission at all.
A quick drive right off the face-off as Moser was going towards the net. Picked off, and Genasi has it for the Swiss. He moves it up ice. As Haas puts on the brakes, circled, looking for the pass in front. Intercepted with 8 seconds to go. Brian Lebler, one last drive. It's a weak shot towards Giannoni. He'll cover up. And again, Lebler gets a late shot after the whistle.
The referees will start pulling one person out of these piles. If the scrums are going to occur after every whistle, the quickest way to end that is just take one. Don't take both. Take one guy, put his team down a man, and then no one will do it anymore.
Hard to say who's got momentum now in this hockey game. In Austria, that goal, 5-minute major. Andrew Ghetto kicked out of the game for the hit on Stephen Strong, who had to leave on a stretcher, unfortunately. Apparent knee injury. But through 40 minutes of play, it is the Swiss with the lead. Gaetan Haas right now the difference maker. He has the second goal for Switzerland. Intermission to come with Mark and Dave.
Incoming is goal between Norway and Latvia. Team Norway 2, Latvia 1. And the score of the second period, Switzerland 2, Austria 1.
66. Team 66. Live updates. And introducing Guessing Game. Predict each game's final score. Win points and compete with hockey fans around the world. From any smart device, in your own language. The 2018 IIHF app, powered by Schneider. Download it now from the Apple App Store and Google Play. Schneider. Simply tap.
minute left of the second period. One minute left of the second period. 1 minute left of the second period. 1 minute left of the second period. Second period.
Welcome back to Royal Arena. Third period about to get underway between Austria and Switzerland, and that goalie has certainly been busier. Bernard Starkbaum has made some fantastic saves in this hockey game. Shots 24-14 in favor of the Swiss. Niederreiter, Haas scoring for Switzerland. Zwerger, a power play answer for Austria in that second frame, and Draghetto out of the game and really giving Austria some momentum after scoring that goal.
And Draghetto taking a 5-minute kneeing penalty, 25 minutes total for that one infraction, and they will review that after the game. There's no telling that Draghetto may or may not be available for next game for Switzerland, because there may be some supplemental discipline coming his way after that hit on Steven Strong, who left the game on a stretcher.
Nino Niederreiter a chance early as he comes in, centering pass in front, and unfortunately Hoffman not there in time. And Starkbaum, what can you say about him though? He is certainly impressed in this hockey game.
He has been the star of the day because he has been facing down quality shots and opportunities from players like Nino Niederreiter. This first line has been all over the offensive zone. 2 highlight reel saves to keep his team in it.
This top line has had some trouble with a face-off circle. They've been waved out a number of times. Game 1, day 2, game 1 for them, so they'll get it sorted out. As Nino Niederreiter sets up in the circle, then Corby is setting up right behind him. That's their set piece, is Nino Niederreiter driving in behind the net, Hoffman with him. Nice job from Niederreiter. Gets it, centering pass, though picked off. As Hofer brings it up ice, passes off, drives towards the net, back to the blue line. Shot tipped, and good stop from Giannoni. Again, Heinrich near circle, that's broken up. Heinrich again, spins and fires as Riat gets it out of harm's way, chipping it up ice. Battle continues behind the net. And flipped into the neutral zone.
And we'll see if Switzerland can keep pushing forward, because it's just a 1-goal game, although it feels like the gap in the game is bigger than that in favor of Switzerland.
Damian Riat loads up traffic in front, backhand rebound, and another good stop from Starkbaum.
Will Switzerland keep playing, pushing forward, looking for offense, or sitting back?
Turnover, Rockenwald dishes off, drives towards the net. As Zwerger couldn't get his stick on it. Controlled shot, bouncing. Nice job from Rockenwald to continue to fight on that play. As the play continues to that far corner, Zwerger takes the bump. Tries to dig it free. And the Swiss come away. Sherway over the blue line. Sherway waits. Well, backhanded in deep, and his teammates looking to change, and he'll go off. Sent up ice, little tip from Spanring. Spannering lays the body check behind the net. A lot more physical game than I expected. I know there's some bad blood, especially after the hit to Steven Strong, who had to leave the game. Strong from Mississauga, Ontario, just inside of Toronto.
But part of being physical is also having an opponent that has put himself in a spot to get hit. And we've seen a little bit of that on both sides. Look at the stick. The stick is right through Shappy's blade. Stuck right in between his holder.
Didn't stop though. Quick shot stopped as Shappy was still trying to deal. Oh, hockey's too easy, right?
The Austrian player wisely let it go, or otherwise he would have got a tripping or hooking penalty. And eventually it slid back out of the blade. That was well done by both parties.
Great fan support. The Swiss fans, the Austrian fans, you're just joining our telecast. Literally, we got Czech Republic, Slovakia, 8 p.m. local time. We're walking out of the hotel. We got to get here our local time about 11 a.m. before the game. And they're crushing beers in the beer garden. Yager jerseys, having a great time. It's all part of the world flavor.
The Worlds are an event. They are a hockey celebration.
Hoffman fires off the draw. They'll have to do it again as that finds the netting.
So the singing, the dancing, the chanting, the face painting, wearing your country's jerseys.
Did you have a chant when you played in Europe? Did you have a Johnson chant?
There apparently was one. When I played in Sweden, I scored my first goal for Färjestad, and the crowd was singing and dancing. And I didn't know what was being said, and finally someone on the bench said, hey, you have to stand up and salute them or they won't stop until you do. I'm like, well, that's embarrassing. It's just a goal. It's a 5-0 game. Like, who cares? Like, no, you have to or they won't stop. So that was my introduction to the Mike Johnson song in Sweden.
What was your salute? You just a little wave or
It was
a bow?
It was very shy. Please stop.
Hoffman to Corby behind the net. Top line out there for Switzerland. Nino Niederreiter is on it as he chips it into the far corner. Continues to skate with it. Little backhand. Goes to the far wall. And Austrians content to just chip it out of the zone. Nice job from Giannoni to chip it to the right into the near corner. Ganal spinning away from his man as Ganal takes a bump. Turns and fires it back down low as Peter Schneider tried to center it in front. Got to the near circle and then comes out of the zone. Unterfunt, the captain, whacking away the far wall. Puck is chipped out of the zone. And here comes the Swiss in numbers. Damien Riat fires, rebound in front. Oh, another stop. Wow, it has been Bernhard Starkbaum's game.
Another save sequence from Starkbaum. Moser speeds, creates the rush, gets it to Riat. High shot off the shoulder. Starkbaum can't do anything but spit it back into the slot. And then Moser is on his horse, gets the rebound. It's going to go right in the empty net. And Starkbaum squeezes that elbow down to the body to take it away, keep it a one-goal game.
We had a goals against average under 1 in Kiev, Ukraine in the D1 tournament last year to make sure Austria made it up to this championship, and you're getting a pretty good glimpse as to why in this hockey game. He's the only reason it's still 2-1 as the Swiss look for more. Another shot and another stop from Starkbaum. That shot deflects and didn't get through. Fabio Hofer let it go, and a possible 2-on-1 the other way as Riat drives to the net. That shot stopped, rebound in front, goes behind the net, then in the blue paint as Rafael Diaz was following up, the captain, and pretty much everyone in the Swiss are getting great looks, if not for Starkbaum.
3-on-1 for Switzerland, clean, and Rafael Diaz gets the puck on his stick. He's thinking about dropping it back, but eventually shoots it. Trying to go top glove. Vermeen was there on the back door initially, and then you see the crazy carry up in between Starkbaum's legs. Starkbaum plays for Salzburg, the Red Bulls, one of the prominent teams in Austria, of course sponsored by Red Bull. And a lot of the top Austrian players play for that club. Coach for Pierre Page, longtime NHL coach. Great facilities. I actually played in that rink, fun fans, and if you're the starting goalie for that team, you're one of the best they have in Austria. That's what Starkbaum is.
The Austrians have some pretty good firepower, just not here. Thomas Vanek, 5th overall pick by Buffalo 2003. Michael Grabner, longtime Ranger, traded to the Devils. And we mentioned Michael Raffel, who is coming over, should arrive tomorrow. You talk about these nations, sometimes you play the tournament to win gold, and sometimes you play the tournament to stay up, and having some offense, and Raffel coming over will certainly help. That shot from distance.
Sometimes teams like Austria, in moments like this, they just need a player to settle things down, to make a play, to let the bench think everything's going to be okay, and that's what a Raffel, a Grabner, somebody of that caliber coming over can do for a team, a dressing room, a bench. Because they've been there. They won't panic in these tight moments.
Utin Saunders starts to play up for the Swiss. Backhanded in by Kukan. Bouncing puck, one of those weird bounces here at Royal Arena, working to the favor of the Austrians. The backhand misses as Vogler let it go. Fired back in behind Giannoni. Altman, the near wall, swings it around the boards. Kukan able to advance it out of the Swiss zone with just over 14 minutes to go in a one-goal hockey game led by the Swiss. There are 2 goals coming in the first period. Turnover in the corner, some good physical play as Spanring tried to release the puck. Ulmer in there as well, battling. Ulmer loses the puck battle, then flying in for the hit was Ganal as he laid the body behind the net. Turnover, in front, shot, scores! Wow, off the turnover, Manuel Ganal ties it up at 2.
Just like that, courtesy of their goaltender keeping the game, Austria has tied it up as Ganal gets the second goal. I'm not sure what Dean Kukan was doing right here. Battle for the puck. He's trying to protect it, so he gets knocked down, not a big deal. He later has it, where's this one going? He chips it back to nobody, he loses position, then chase the puck short side of the net, leaving Ganal open on the back door, compounding error after error. Kukan puts himself, his teammate, and his team in a difficult spot, and Ganal makes him pay. 2-2. Austria, Switzerland.
And the Austrian fans who've made the trip over here, man, they're having a great time. And they're coming alive. Manuel Ganal was pointless in 5 games in his first Worlds. As Riyad is stripped of the puck, he was driving towards the net. Damian Riyad couldn't get a shot off. Well, he's got his first point in this year's Worlds. It's a big one, a goal. The Austrians have tied it up at 2 at Royal Arena. Welcome back to Copenhagen, day 2 of the IIHF World Hockey Championship. Our first of 3 games today in Group A play. It's been a good one. The Swiss jumping out to a 2-0 lead. Power play goal from Swerger, drawing Austria within 1, and then Manuel Ganal tying things up at 2. Nino Niederreiter for the Swiss behind the net. Back up to the point as Diaz swings it across. Picked up the far wall and sent up ice to Rockenwald. And he has it stripped. Here comes Niederreiter with space. Niederreiter cuts it, fires, kick stop again. Starkbaum. And how can you forget Starkbaum? A key reason why it's still a 2-2 hockey game. This game could be 6-2 Swiss if not for him.
And he's going to have to be good the rest of the way. I think Switzerland will now turn up the pace. You'll see a lot of the Corby line with Niederreiter as they need one more to regain the lead.
33 shots by the Swiss, 9 in this period alone.
Just one more look at this. So here's the first hit from Ganal. Nothing wrong with that. And then Kukan gets this, the play that makes no sense. He puts it to nobody in particular. Schneider turns it over, and he chases it short side of the net, which leaves Ganal wide open. No chance for Giannoni. And yeah, tears for sure for the Swiss fans who are stunned to be 2-2 in this game that they've been in full control of from the get-go.
Well, the last time here, 2015, Austria relegated. Won the D1 tournament to get back.
I also remember last time in 2015, they beat Switzerland.
They did by 1. Shot on net, rebound in front. Wraparound try through the blue paints. What an opportunity for Moser, but he couldn't pull the trigger on a goal. Kukan back on the ice, so obviously his coach still with some faith in him. Patrick Fischer, 42-year-old head coach of the Swiss. Moser driving behind the net, Big collision. That's Obrist getting roughed up, wearing number 13 for Austria. Back behind the Swiss net. Nice job to move it up ice. Eitan Haas with some speed. Haas, a goal in this hockey game. Back up to Diaz, who fires it back in. It's picked off behind the net as we approach the midway point of this third period. An exciting one. That's brought in a step offside.
So Starkbaum better catch a breath because he has been busy fighting through traffic. He's not a big guy, but he's got to be athletic. I don't think that puck ever got to the front of the net, really caromed off the side as the wraparound attempt had it open side. Just 6'1", so he's got to fight to work through the bodies in traffic. You can't just stare on top of him like the boys are 6'5", 6'6".
Starkbaum, 32 years old, from Vienna.
And if you're Austrian, you're going to win games in the World Championships, you always will need your goalie to have a night. And right now, Starkbaum has done that to give them a chance.
Play continues behind the net with Enzo Corvi chasing after it. Doesn't get there in time. Austrians move it up ice. Swung back into the point. Long shot deflected, didn't get through. Corvi has it in his skates, gets it into the neutral ice area, wanting Nino Niederreiter out there with Gregory Hoffman. Hoffman, fourth round pick of Carolina back in 2011, making an impact on this top line. Long stretch pass up ahead, the home run just out of the reach. That was Hofer. Fabio Hofer nearly broke in for Austria. Riyad picks it up down low, swings it behind the net. Back up top, Lustensander sends it across, long shot, hits some bodies in front. Looked to hit Heinrich, didn't get through. Back up to the point, Lustensander in, winds up, rebound, and again a good stop from Starkbaum. Icing the call, so the face-off to come in front of Starkbaum. Might need some oxygen after this game.
And take a look at some of his work. There's the Scorpion on Vermeen early. There's the paddle on Niederreiter. And then the hits keep on coming. The secondary save on Moser. And it has been a highlight reel game for Starkbaum.
The Swiss fire it in down low. Sherway battling in the corner, gets hauled down. Puck fired back into that corner as Haas engages, tries to help out. Shappy swings it out front into the slot. Backhand try, and that's handled by Starkbaum. Pretty entertaining game, a 2-2 tie at Royal Arena. Welcome back to Copenhagen, Royal Arena. The arena, well, 20 minutes from the international airport. I'd say we're in a suburb of downtown Copenhagen, so not really in the downtown core, but a brand new building. Started construction in 2013. Oh, that's tough shot blocking there. Paying the price was number 11, Hadum. He blocked that shot. Hadum is back on it as he chips it out of the zone and moves it up ice. Long shot is handled. And the first ice competition in this building. And a storyline early. Not only the ice conditions we'll keep an eye on, but a lot of funny bounces off the boards behind the netminders. Over in Herning, another 2-2 tie between Norway and Latvia. This one also locked up at 2. Our first of 3 games today from Royal Arena. As Niederreiter cutting into the forehand, fires, rebound available. It squirted out briefly, but Starkbaum covers up. As Nino Niederreiter, arguably one of the best players for the Swiss in this hockey game.
He's getting in the center of the ice virtually anytime he wants there as he steps inside Unterweger and gets a pretty good chance. Oh, that's got a sting on Hadum right in the side of the boot. He's got a foot full of bumblebees buzzing around his skate right now.
The old Phil Mickelson thumbs up, I love it. As it swung behind the net, centering pass, bounces high back to the blue line. And that's picked up and moved up by Spannering. He's intercepted. Patrick Spannering back on it, then he takes another bump at center ice. Obrist behind the net, paddling in the corner, trying to get that puck loose. Obrist pinned in there. Vogler tries to help out. Swiss pull away with the puck. With just over 8 minutes to go. Brought in offside.
Sherway wasn't aware that his line mate got tangled up, and more post-whistle chatter. It's got a playoff game feel to it on the ice.
And really, I mean, for it, yeah, this is, wow. But that's, you know what, that screams to what was going on outside of the building at about 10:30 a.m. local time. And if you ever have an opportunity to come to a World Hockey Championship over in Europe, you have to. If you love hockey, you'll just love the passion. It's a whole different atmosphere, and you can't really explain it unless you're here. So Austria battling back to tie it up at 2. There's a turnover at center ice. Riat, the drop pass across. Oh, what a stop! Rebound in front, and Starkbaum found that in time. Wow, another impressive save. The Swiss buzzing Joel Vermeen shaking his head. He's not alone. They've been shaking their head a lot.
And turnover created. Nice little give and go. Vermeen to Riat. Back to Vermeen. He gets it up where he wants it, but Starkbaum gets across, and the cuff of the glove knocks it down. Niederreiter had a similar one time where he put it actually just over the pad under the glove. That one mid-net, and Starkbaum able to take it away.
38 shots on net now for the Swiss. And Starkbaum stopping 36 of them, with likely more action to come as that's sent up ice. Should be icing and is. Whistle down with 7 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in this third period.
And as we drift down towards the end of the game, tied, remember this is a 3-2-1-0, so 3 points for a win in regulation. If it is tied, they go to overtime, or eventually a shootout. 2 for the overtime shootout win, 1 for the overtime shootout loss. So winning in regulation matters. Getting the full 3 points against, for Switzerland, what you perceive to be one of the weaker teams in the competition is important.
And it's 3-on-3 overtime, so pretty exciting with that open ice. Can you imagine watching Connor McDavid in that format over at Herning?
So
that would be fun.
Unless you're playing against them.
Remember the NHL, the Ottawa Senators? Who's taking Carlson?
The LA Kings couldn't decide who wanted him. Nobody wanted him.
That was still one of my favorite moments from this season. Spin move and putting on the brakes as Offer drops it off. That shot missed by about a foot or so, right on the money with a backhand, and Gioni was right there. And Leonardo Giannoni not as busy, but making the saves he needs to down the stretch. As we look at number 67, that's Konstantin Klemeric, and he was big. 4 goals, 5 assists in that D1 tournament in Ukraine to make sure that his team qualified, along with South Korea.
A bit of a road home game for him. He played in Malmö last year, which is just 30 minutes away, southern tip of Sweden.
Had a chance to stay in Malmö for a few days before this championship and took that train ride over the Øresund Bridge, which is a beautiful way to travel. Bouncing puck and a turnover. Shot deflected, rebound in front. Loose puck and covered up in time by Giannoni. Right on the doorstep. Adum was there.
Rockenweld who had the crack at it actually on the rebound. A little careless trying to move it up out of the ice to the offensive zone, and Rockenweld gets a crack at the rebound on Giannone. Puck worked in by Altman, tipped, and here's the rebound. Oh, Rockenweld just can't find a way to shove it over top of the pad.
Rockenwald actually cousins with Michael Raffel, so they'll get reacquainted.
Family affair tomorrow.
Absolutely. Raffel arriving tomorrow. Our next game is Belarus, France on TSN NHL Network. Another turnover from the Swiss as pass was intended for Balsesberger. He couldn't get it. It's fired back in, and Giannone quick to settle that down, and both teams changing.
The Swiss got to be a little bit stunned right now because this game was very much in control. Even if it was 2-1, Austria really wasn't threatening in any way, shape, or form. And 1 goal, tie game.
That pass again, broken up. Unterfunt, the captain, drives near the foul wall. Play continues behind the goal line. Peter Schneider trying to dig it loose, and does. Schneider got it near the front of the crease, but it's flipped down the ice. Pass swung up ahead, driving to the nets. Haas in the mix. Unable to get that puck, continues to bounce. Shot from a bad angle, let go by Hofer. Didn't get through. And a penalty to come. Hooking the call, and a power play when we come back to Royal Arena.
Swiss team, number 15, Julius Melly for hooking.
Gregory Hoffman in the box for hooking, so Austria, what an opportunity. On the power play, face off to the left of Leonardo Giannone. And a chance with 5 minutes, 14 seconds left in this third period to try and capture a full 3 points in Group A play. As Austria controls off the face-off. Swung around the boards by Henrik. Below the goal line. Hofer. Kamerik's out there as well. Konstantin Kamerik has it, far circle. Tried to get it back up top, continues to battle. Kamerik. Puck on his stick. Works it down low. Lebler's parked in front. Kamerik swings it back up top. Heinrich. Ulmer. Heinrich loads up, deflects, goes into the corner. Back up to the point for Brian Lebler. Hofer behind the net. Back up to the point. Fans are whistling away. There's a second stick down. Swung back up top. Henrik has it. They play past that. Pass to the near circle, broken up. Looking for Hofer. He couldn't get a shot off, and it comes out of the zone.
Bad decision by Komarek there. There's no pass to be had. Very static up top. You need a little bit more motion if you're going to go to the umbrella. You want those top 3 guys to be the shooters. You need to move a little bit.
Rockenwald now has it. He'll drop it off and move up ice. Adum had his pocket pick, gets some help. That's sent up ice. Nice job to fire it in. As Zwerger played it down low. Play continues in behind the net for Hadum. Hadum circles around with his head up. Rockenwald's parked right in front. Hadum down low. From the circle, that shot whistled wide. Hadum racing after it, can't get there in time, and the Swiss able to clear. They go for a full change.
Wasted opportunity for Austria, not very much. Lots of zone time, but nothing really threatening on the power play.
So a nice kill from Switzerland. Back to 5-on-5 with 3 minutes to go in this third period in a 2-2 game. Volger in the far wall has that picked off. Corvi drops it off for Stander, moving it up ice for Hoffman. And just a step offside as that top line was trying to generate something.
The secondary problem for Switzerland is when you take penalties, by far their best line has been the Corvi, Niederreiter, Hoffman line. They don't kill penalties. They're not on the ice. So for 5 minutes in the second period, Patrick Fisher didn't put them out there. They get sitting around, they get cold, they get out of the rhythm of the game. Again, late you need a goal. Even though you kill it, which is great, still 2 minutes where your best guys don't have a chance to score.
Hunter Funt waved out. Peter Schneider now stepping in for Austria, and Schneider wins that draw cleanly. Hunter Verger swings it in, bouncing puck right in front. Nobody saw it, including Peter Schneider, until the last minute, but the guy who did see it was Giannoni, and he covers up.
Almost a fortunate break. Strong stick from Vermeen on Schneider, who was almost in alone on the carom. The stress of the situation is evidenced on the fans' faces from Switzerland. This was a game they were counting on winning. Austria has made it difficult. Richard Starkbaum, the goaltender for Austria, has made it difficult.
Austria, 2 medals all time, none in the modern era. They won bronze in 1931 and 1947. Best modern day finish, 8th back in 1994. And 2013, a silver medal for Switzerland. As both these teams, obviously the goal, get into the quarterfinals, find a way to finish in the top 4 in your group. Ryan Lebler, centering pass, tough angle, just to the side of the net. Giannoni covers that up, no problem. 2 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the third period.
See Brian Lebler, you talked about him. 4 years at the University of Michigan. 1 year in the American League, played a little bit for Syracuse, the AHL, so he's got some North American experience.
Enzo Corvi take the draw for the Swiss in his own zone.
They are tight on the line violation. Hoffman drifted in by about 8 inches, enough to kick Corvi out.
Puck is dropped in the skates. The official blows the tire, he goes down. Austria controls, long shot, whistles wide. Back up to the point, kept in. Bouncing puck in front, spinning shot, and that's blocked just in time as Zwerger continues to work. Had that shot off and was hunting for the rebound. Back up to the point, and a little bit of space here as Hoffman, with that speed, was cutting in, looking for a scoring opportunity. Hadum chips and chases, but that's right in the glove of Giannoni. And again, always pushing and shoving after the play. Hadum is in it. He's had enough of Luther Sonder, doesn't want anything to do with him as you see the chip and chase.
That's okay, offensive zone face-off late in the game, not a bad idea from Hadum. And nothing wrong yet. Luther Sonder doesn't like it. Khan, you better be careful coming in with that stick up high. No time to be playing tough guy taking a penalty if you're Switzerland.
Patrick Obrist, a crucial draw in this game, and he wins it clean. Back to the point, chipped in down low. Volger stripped of the puck, and
he got it late. He's got to get the hold. An offensive zone penalty on Volger. open arm reaching around
After team, number 51,
Haas.
bowling.
And Haas's quick feet. That's a tough one, but you gotta be mindful when you have lost body position. So the minute 21 left, Switzerland goes to the power play looking to get the go-ahead goal. Potential game winner.
And I have a pretty good idea who Patrick Fischer's going to send out there.
You know, funny thing is they split up Corby and Niederreiter on the power play. They don't let them play there together.
Long shot from distance, kicked aside. As Baltisberger is getting some time on this #1 power play.
I think Corby plays with a group that he plays with all the time during the national team program. Niederreiter's not available to those year-long tournaments, so he's more of the hybrid power play to start.
Under a minute to go as Rafael Diaz, the captain, moves it up ice. Shot behind the net. Baltisberger in the near wall. He gets taken down. There with Hoffman. As Diaz gets it down low. Niederreiter backdoor. That shot whistled just wide. Great setup, and that was Ramon Utrasander coming in, and the defenseman let it fly. Fired in behind the net. 25 seconds to go in this third period. Utrasander has it at the far wall. Fires on net. That stops. And fired all the way down the ice, and the Austrian fans approve of that. 40th shot on goal, and Starkbaum has answered the call in this hockey game. Final few seconds ticking down. One last chance maybe for Haas from distance. Misses the mark, and time winds down. So through 60 minutes, not enough.
Best chance in the power play. Utrasander through the seam. He goes back against the grain. I think the pass was coming so hard. He picked it up late, towed it back to the far post when I think the short post probably would have been the better option. Turned aside, tied 2-2. Overtime we go.
So a try straight OT, 3-on-3 from Royal Arena when we come back. Welcome back to Royal Arena. Overtime looming. That man on the right, Bernhard Starkbaum, has been a story in the soccer game. Shots 40-19 in favor of Switzerland. Their goals coming from Niederreiter and Haas. Power play goal from Zwerger really turned the tide in this hockey game for Austria, and then Ganal tying it up. It's a pretty exciting format. All this ice, Mike Johnson, and 3-on-3.
Switzerland's got one too many players out there. They need to realize it's not 4-on-4, it's 3-on-3. Oh, still got the 40 seconds on the power play. There we go. I was going to say, what are they doing here? So they have 40 seconds of the power play remaining to work with. Good opportunity, 4-on-3 here for Switzerland.
So we're underway, and 35 seconds to go in the man advantage. And can the Swiss take advantage? Corvi with speed over the blue line. Corvi puts on the brakes. Nino Niederreiter has it. Hoffman sends it across, back down low. Niederreiter parked in front. Corvi back up top. Hoffman, I don't think he knew where Niederreiter was. Let's welcome our viewers that were watching the Latvia-Norway game. We've had a doozy here, a 2-2 tie in overtime. The Swiss were on a power play that has just been killed off. So it is 3-on-3 with 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining. Brian Mudryk, Mike Johnson with you. And it is the captain, Rafael Diaz, controlling the puck in his own zone. Niederreiter, Haas, Zwerger, and Canal, your goal scorers in this hockey game, for those viewers just joining us. And Haas, who does have a goal in this hockey game, moves it up near the far wall. He's going to chip it in, and Sherway giving chase in the corner. One of those weird bounces once again in favor of the Swiss. We've seen a few. Haas back on it. Behind the net. Haas, quick shot, didn't get through as that was knocked down. Sherway let the one-timer go. Couldn't get it on net. As the Austrians bring it over. Little collision though at the far circle as Kamara got upended. And just like that, Sherway's away. Waits, fires, that's high, and misses off the glass behind the net. Joel Vermeen try to advance the puck up ice behind the play now. Austria changing. Both fans have been awesome. The Swiss and Austrian fans making the trip. Weak shot, didn't find the net. Nice job from Noah Rod, spinning away from his man. Rod takes the pass back in the corner. Centering pass in front, that was fanned on as Fora couldn't get a good shot off. Oh boy, did he have a look. Another centering pass in front, nobody home except for the Austrian player, and they bring it up ice. That's led by Zwerger, right on net. Zwerger following up, and Leonardo Giannoni has to cover up. And for viewers just joining us, Bernhard Starkbaum has been an absolute stud in this hockey game with a number of big saves.
He has been amazing. Fora jumps inside. Hodom has a good look, but just can't quite get a piece of it. Hodom desperately reaches back with the hook. And so now that we have had a whistle, 4-on-4 is over. Now we'll go to the traditional 3-on-3 for the last 2:27. And now there's some space out there. Puck possession is paramount. Do not give it away because it's hard to get it back.
Obrist taking the face off. Chip back down low. Last time these nations met, 2015, and it was Austria winning 4-3. Austria relegated the last few years. They won that Division I tournament in Ukraine last year. They are back, as is Niederreiter. Speed around the net. Nino Niederreiter open up the scoring in this hockey game as he cashed in for the Swiss. He drops it off, it goes towards the net, and Corvi doesn't like what he sees, so he comes all the way back into his own zone.
Got him.
And they got him on a change. Niederreiter, can he convert? Drops off, Corvi, fake shot. Corvi to the backhand, scores! Oh, what a play! Corvi buries it. Swiss win 3-2 in overtime. Enzo Corvi, what a move, and what a finish to this hockey game.
Enzo Corvi was great all game long. They catch Austria on a change, and it's a bit of a broken play. Only 2 Austrians out on the ice. Third guy still on the bench. And Corvi, patience personified, takes the drop from Niederreiter. walks it below the goal line. Nice little pickup to stay onside from Nino Niederreiter, who had a very good game. Drops it back, and Corby, who's a passer by nature, looking for someone. Now just tuck it in short side myself to end the game 3-2, Switzerland. What slick mitts from Enzo Corby to grab the game winner in overtime.
You check Nino Niederreiter's Twitter feed, there's a great photo of him and Corby. They were childhood friends, haven't played together for 13 years. Well, they're back. Their first Worlds now playing together, and you can obviously see the chemistry in their opening game. Switzerland winning 3-2. Up next for us, France and Belarus later on this afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best players of each team will be awarded with the official watch from Tissot, official timekeeper of the 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. The prizes will be presented by Guy Pamelin, Minister, Federal Councillor and Minister of Sports, and Gernot Mittendorfer, President of the Austrian Ice Hockey Federation. The best player from Team Austria, number 29, Bernhard Stackbaum. And the best player from Team Switzerland, number 22, Nino Niederreiter. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Switzerland. The 2018 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship will continue in Royal Arena today with the game between France and Belarus. And it starts at 16:15.
41 shots in the game. Was it getting frustrating not being able to beat Starkbaum after a while?
Oh yeah, I think their goalie play amazing tonight. We saved a lot of pucks and was tough. At the end, we score and we win. That's the most important thing.
Your line generated a lot of offense and chances and points. What's working so well between the three of you?
I think we have everything. We have good shooter, good skater, good center. He won a lot of face-off. Good passer too. So we try to have fun together and move the puck quick and try to score.
A hard-fought battle, a win nonetheless. Will you guys be happy with this effort?
Obviously, we're happy with the win, of course, but it was better to have 3 points tonight because we have a lot of chances and we have to learn to capitalize on those chances. But 2 points, it's okay. Tomorrow is the next game. We're going to make everything to win.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
A solid performance by yourself. Did you feel like in that second period when you made that save, momentum swung your team's way?
It was a little lucky, I take it. But in the end, yeah, we fight it pretty hard. Came back after 2-0. Too bad that we couldn't get the job done.
What was said in the locker room prior to the third period?
Oh, just we have to play our game, chip the puck behind the players, and get to work, and that's what we did. I think we did a really good job. In the end, we weren't that lucky, but yeah, we take the point and we go now for the next game.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.